So we have a lot happening. Thank you all for being here. Again, do you want to say a few words, Sean?
Sean is going to say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for being here to the Food Allergy Institute's Willow Clinic. This is our largest clinic under the umbrella. Overall, with the Food Allergy Institute, we've treated nearly 16,000 patients. We put nearly 9,000 patients in remission. Quick question, so how many of you knew that there was such a thing as remission for food allergies? Besides our team. All right, so you knew, and you have somebody that's in the program. Very cool. Well, thank you all for being here. All right, so we do have a presentation for you. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you our founder, our chief executive officer, as well as for the Food Allergy Institute and for TPERC too. TPERC is our parent company, Translational Pulmonary and Immunology Research Center, chief medical officer as well. And he is also the brand new host of a new podcast called Disruptive RX with Dr. Inderpal Randhawa, the man, the myth, the legend, and the doctor of disruption, Dr. Inderpal Randhawa.
Thank you. Thanks to the Signal Hill Chamber of Commerce. Awesome work you guys are doing. We're happy to participate. We are a unique company, so welcome to the future of medicine. That's really what we do. If I'm a show of hands, I'm sure some of you know somebody who's got food anaphylaxis, right? I've talked to a few of you, you know the story. So imagine if you come to this facility and you go through the most cutting edge diagnostics. So we draw some blood, we run it through artificial intelligence platforms, and we then produce for you every single food protein necessary. So at the end of the treatment cycle, you can consume the foods that once put you in the hospital like that. That's what we've done for 16,000 patients. And we continue to do this on a regular basis. Thank you very much. We have certainly put Signal Hill on the map for a different reason outside of petroleum. But we have brought here to this building, literally, folks from nearly every state in the country, and now certainly every continent in the world minus Antarctica. We'll get a penguin one day. But we're in a situation where literally this word is spreading on its own. Yet, somewhere here in this city, most people don't know who we are. They're like, drive by, they're like, what is this interesting place? But really, like I said, we are on the cutting edge of healthcare. I would challenge you to go to your doctor and say, hey, I have high blood pressure, run my case through some technology and tell me when my condition's going to be gone. And that just doesn't exist. But what we've done here is set the pace, set it forward, and I think it's just really remarkable. I want to give credit to, of course, all our team. We have hundreds of employees, 5 facilities in the region here, and a location in San Diego as well. But again, Signal Hill is our home, and we're really, really happy to be here. Just a couple really quick points, because I would love everyone to at least walk away with some piece of information, and if anything, at least know how bad the problem is. And remember, there's a big difference between saying, I drink milk and my stomach hurts and I'm just a little gassy, versus I drink milk and I end up in the ER or the ICU or potentially have a fatal event, right? What we deal with on a regular basis is the latter. We're talking about patients who are life-threatening conditions, and we turn that condition off, ultimately allowing them to eat anything they want, whenever they want. You'll notice here our really cool, Halloween decor, which our teams do an amazing job. And why do we do this for these kids and young adults who come to this program? Because the one holiday, well, they can't celebrate many holidays, but the one holiday they are left out of the most is Halloween. So while they're in treatment, we give them the best experience possible. They're never gonna have any issues while they're here. We conduct almost 2,500 food challenges a month in this facility right here alone. And that's putting these patients all the way to the finish line. When they are done with this program, they're gonna have Halloween candy just like any other kid. They can eat anything they want without any restrictions whatsoever. So we take this condition, which affects so many kids, and again, so many adults. In fact, there are more adults with food anaphylaxis than kids in this country and globally, and we are trying to get this out to the masses. How serious this is noted here, right? So it really is putting people in the emergency department. It's also causing them to be in the hospital, and unfortunately, it still causes life-threatening and even fatal events. Our job here is to tackle this rising trend of food allergies. It's also important to remember, you can be allergic to any one of the common big foods, and some people are even allergic, anaphylactic to some very uncommon foods. So some people can be allergic to something atypical like a sunflower seed, but most people are allergic, anaphylactic to the big 9: milk, eggs, wheat, soy, tree nuts, peanuts, fish, shellfish. Our institute manages all of them. So you want to eat some sushi, you're anaphylactic to fish, come talk to us. We'll get the job done, and you'll be enjoying the great, the great sushi here in town very, very quickly. Unfortunately, why do people not know about us maybe as much as we'd like to see? Is because the current treatment for food anaphylaxis is this: it's just avoid it. Just pretend like you don't need to be around any of the key parameters of life that involve food. Imagine an event like tonight, and saying you're anaphylactic to, well, I can tell you at least what's in the food here in the background. Peanuts, right? Tree nuts. These are all things that are made in the facilities of a great Thai restaurant, which we got this food from, which is Thai District down here in Long Beach. And how easy is it to live like that? Imagine if you're an intern trying to get their first job, right? And there are social outings, happy hours, etc. You can't live that life as it currently is. So really the existing treatments that are out there, which include treatments like this, don't get the job done. The patients really don't get to a position where they are free to live a life that is like a non-allergic person. That's what we do every single day. So what sets us apart fundamentally is our program, and it's called TIP, T-I-P, the Tolerance Induction Program. It speaks for itself. We will induce tolerance to every one of your food allergens through a highly complete AI-based program where we produce all the biosimilar proteins and give it to patients in a forecastable manner. When patients start our program, we will tell them when they will be done with the program. How accurate are we? Very good, up in the mid 90% range. Our success rate is 99% plus. And a lot of folks find that unusual. They're like, oh, how's that possible? Well, it's possible because it's technology, it's AI. We were around before ChatGPT kind of, took away the spotlight, right? So we are one of those organizations that have been working very hard to create highly specific, patient-specific therapies. Of course, our focus here is food anaphylaxis. I would say the solution we present for food anaphylaxis is something we also do with our affiliated nonprofit. The organization I started now over a decade and a half ago. Our nonprofit is called TPERC for short, and we focus on orphan and rare diseases as well. We want to see this same application of applied math, machine learning, high-class research to solve all kinds of medical problems. So a few years from now, when you start to hear about what we're doing at a much larger national scale and what we're doing across orphan conditions, remember that we started here in Signal Hill in Long Beach, and we're certainly pretty damn proud of that. So our goal here is very simple: food freedom. That's what we work on for every single one of our patients, young and of course to young adults. We are now looking to potentially expand this out to adults. That's our next project that we have to build on our nonprofit side, and we'll go from there. So thank you for coming out tonight. Really appreciate you taking the time. Please spread the word. Everyone knows somebody who's suffering from food anaphylaxis. Let them know that there's no longer a need to just be hopeful. There's actually a need to just expect the outcome of food freedom, especially the way it's delivered here. So happy to talk to you as we go, but enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you very much.